30 days on the road. 30 days on the road. Oh, yeah. Woo. All right, all right, all right, all right. Hey. Ooh. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah. Woo. All right, all right, all right.
Okay, well, pulled up here on Long Avenue, right near Joe and Jimmy's place. Recognizing, and I knew this in advance, that they got it stuck on this pole here. This is idiosyncrasies, you might say, of Chicago. And beautiful thing is that they do clean the streets regular, but as Streets and Sand puts up this no parking sign 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on this is Thursday. Yesterday was a Wednesday on other streets, but this is where I would normally park. So I have had to get up early the last 2 days for this vehicle issue, but I'm not sure if I want to get up early tomorrow to have to move this damn car, and where am I going to move it? So it's one of those things where it's, when they have these signs up, it's kind of wrapped around here, but it just basically says, and everybody knows around here, it says it's different days that they got listed that the street cleaners come by. Something that's not a Houston thing, but they'll clean these streets. They'll clean this shit up. They try to keep clean when they can. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of people parked here because they know that if they're not leaving early tomorrow, they're not going to be able to park. So anyway, just something that's interesting, I think, about Chicago. Good and bad. Bad if you're trying to park, and it's like good that they're cleaning the damn streets. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might decide to park here and get my ass up, move the vehicle somewhere, and because they will ticket those. I know that. I mean, I'm a native, so I know this is the same situation that everybody has in their neighborhoods. There's certain days that you just cannot park, and they will ticket you. And to be honest, I don't really care if they ticket me. In this line, they don't tell me. Anyway, we'll see. Just as an addendum kind of to the last rant that I had, is that there's a sign here that says tow zone that way to the left. Okay, and there's a guy parked right in it. But there are before I pulled up, there was 8 or 10 parking spaces. I don't know, maybe 6 parking spaces in a row. And then one beyond that next car over there. Yeah, so this guy decided to park here, unless this car has been here forever. And, maybe it's a different world. Maybe they don't ticket and tow or whatever on these things, but I sure hope they clean the streets. All right, to put a tag on this episode here, I actually parked around on the other side. I'm about a block and a half. Long story short, I'm about a block and a half from Joe and Jimmy's. As you see on this side, it's still all down the block here is still Thursday. So it's always one side of the block and then this one was Wednesday, which was yesterday. But anyway, so yeah, I actually had to make decisions what kind of stuff to bring in. I could have parked in front and brought in a bunch of shit, but as long as I got my guitar and that, so that's the main thing. So Let me see if I don't think I could switch this in the middle. There, I think let me see. There's a guy coming behind me. I don't think that switches in the middle. I have to shut this off and go back. Okay, I'm back anyway. Walking towards Joe's house here. Kind of free-forming my thoughts here as to what's going on tomorrow. I'm going to try to get downtown via the L. Hopefully that'll work out. Yes, I just want to spend a couple. I would love to go into the Art Institute and spend 3-4 hours in there. But that ain't gonna happen, I don't think. But I'll at least get out in front of it. And do we have any light here? There. Okay. I turned around. I was blocking the light. Is that what it was? There we go. That's an interesting shot. But anyway, so I'll try to get downtown and go up along the lakefront, Buckingham Fountain, maybe. Obviously, Grant Park, and walk up Michigan Avenue and that kind of stuff. So hopefully I can do that tomorrow. We'll see what happens. And then at night, I wanted to go to the open mic, which is in the west side, Berwyn. So it's kind of like navigating through traffic too. But actually downtown, I'm going to take the L. So I have to figure out if I want to take it from the Lake Street L, which is near Berwyn, which is closer to Berwyn. There actually is an L that goes right to Berwyn. I'm not sure if I want to drive down there and do that. Might go to Lake Street, which is near Circle Inn. Can maybe park by Circle Inn. And the other option is to go to Jeff Park, which is real close to Joe's here. But that would take me, if I'm going to go to Berwyn later. So there you go. There's the little decisions that you make when you're dealing with the road. Especially these odd road trips that I take. And, so I'm just kind of walking. This is still about a block to Joe and Jimmy's. All right, walking back about 11:30 a.m. here now it's Thursday, July 21st. And I'm going to pull the car around and grab the stuff I need for tonight and load it in. Still wanting to. I'm probably going to try to get just a quick sauna. I'm going to do a lot of walking today, so I won't get on the treadmill. Life is one big treadmill anyway. Hopefully you can still see the sun's kind of bright now. And I will be headed hopefully downtown still, God willing. And I'm not sure exactly which L I'm going to take down. There's a few options. And I still have a couple decisions to make. I'm not sure. I think I'll probably still work out at Foster and Cicero. Get that. Just going to get a sauna and a shower there, I think. And moving on. It should be an interesting day if I get downtown. So I'll be checking in. Well, this is what it looks like after the streets are clean. So I think it's one good thing about Chicago is they do that kind of stuff. Regular street cleaning. Streets, potholes, but this actually, they resurfaced this street. So yeah, it's tough keeping up with a big city. Anyway, I just thought I'd add that in there. I'm going to try to get some ice at a Dollar Tree off of Cicero and on Cicero just north of Irving. So I'm taking a side street. This is, what is this? This is Belle Plaine. This is right the street next to Joe and Jimmy's. So I'm heading east, directly east. trying to cross Laramie Avenue here. Laramie is 5200 west. Interesting. Picking up some of the ice that's on the ground here to make a full bag of ice. This is the last bag. These have been emptied. I'm trying to get something going here. Okay, came out of LA Fitness over at Foster and Cicero. Eventually, here I'm on Lawrence, which is just south of Foster. It runs east-west. I'm heading west on Lawrence here. This is 90, I-90 west entrance is here. We're going to go over that. We're going to, I'm going to park around Jeff Park and take, Jefferson Park is a park, an actual Chicago Park District park. It is a neighborhood. They call it Jefferson Park. It is also the transit center, Jeff Park, Jefferson Park. We just call it Jeff, obviously, just short. But, and it's on Milwaukee Avenue, which is one of those angle streets just north of Lawrence here. And this to our right here is I think it's still called the Copernicus Center. Yeah, Copernicus Center. I think you can see Polish flags here. If you know, Copernicus was a Polish astronomer. I don't want to say astrologer, astronomer. And famous person in science, if you don't know that. And anyway, so they name it. It's kind of, they have concerts there. They do, I guess there's a museum and all that kind of stuff. I've been in the theater area for various things. It used to be a movie theater. And I can't remember if I think I saw, the first time I saw The Exorcist, I believe was at that theater. And I think it wasn't called Copernicus Center. It was called something else. I forget what it was. But anyway, my memory is not too bad, but not great. Yeah, so here I'm going to have to figure out a place to park. So I'm going to get off the video here and figure all this out. All right, talk about a shoehorn job here. I definitely am proud of my talents here. Jammed it in there. Anyway, actually across the street from where I'm parked at, this is Jefferson Park. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to walk to the park here. I got cars coming. It's a nice park. It's not huge, small park, but played ball in that field house. Had a lot of friends that grew up not too far from here when I was in high school and beyond. Anyway, so the actual transit center is that way. We're heading, this is east. We're on a street called Higgins. Higgins is kind of an angle street. It actually just starts right over here at Milwaukee. You can go straight on Milwaukee, or you can cut over to Higgins. And yeah, I was able to find something along here. Actually, the side of the street I'm on right now, right next to the park, is a pay, and it's only supposed to be 2 hours. And I'm guessing there are meter maids here. I don't care if I get a ticket, but if there's any kind of a tow situation, I'm not, that's the one thing I'm scared of, is being towed. Tickets don't bother me. Not out of state. One day it'll catch up with me. But we're going to walk through this bank lot over here to get to that transit center. It's right across from that. Let's see if I can get this. Guy's moving so damn slow. Let's go. Also, decided to take some water with me. I got some water in my pocket, if you can see that. I don't know if you see that. So, past the Popeyes here. And here, yeah, several bus lines kind of conglomerate to this transit center. And beyond that is where the L train runs. And this L train runs all the way to O'Hare. I believe this is the same one. There might be a couple that can have a junction here. Here's the official cross the street place. So maybe we'll do that. So the place at the end here called Gale Street Inn. I'll widen that so you can kind of see that. That's a kind of a famous restaurant for the area. Been here forever. And we're across the street here. This is legally everybody's supposed to stop, but it's a big city, not everybody does. So anyway, as I got closer to the turnstile, but this is kind of what the transit center looks like. And I'm going to head to the doors here. So you can actually take your bags here and catch an L train to right to O'Hare. I've done that actually a couple times. And my way back too and all that. Ramp to the Metro trains. See, Metro trains are the long distance rail lines, regular trains, not L train. L trains are in the city on the L tracks, and then there are other tracks which are the Metro, which is a long distance, go out to the burbs, various burbs. Here, I don't know what I'm going to have to do here to get in, so I'm going to have to figure out. I'm entering here. I don't know if I have a debit card that I might use in here for this situation. Well, you can get some chips and all that stuff. I'm not going to deal with that. So here we go. I'm going to have to figure out this. First, I have to go to this machine here and do all this stuff. Train fare, bus fare. I'm going to have to figure all this out. And then it goes into here. Transaction canceled because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Alright, I got this thing. $5. It works all day on the L's. So I'm going to have to put it in here somewhere. I think you can tap it or something. I'm not sure how this stuff works here. You got to put it on this thing. I think just on top. Oh, yeah, I can go. I can enter, I guess. Aha. Okay. To be honest, last time I used a transit or whatever light rail thing was in Boston. I think I'm going down. And it was very similar. He bought like a special kind of pass or something for one day. That thing. So we're coming down the escalator. So if you go one way, go to Forest Park, but that takes you through downtown. So you got to go. Everything got to go through the loop. So it's Forest Park. That's what the direction we want to go. We don't want to go to O'Hare. That's outbound northwest. So that's these tracks here. And it goes to O'Hare to the airport. This will eventually wind around and go to Forest Park, which I could have done that and gone to just circle in and then come in from that side on the same what's called, I guess we were blue line, everything's blue. It used to just be called the O'Hare, and you can see we've got, this is the Kennedy Expressway, 90, I'm sorry. At this point it's 90, heading inbound. Lawrence Avenue exit over here, coming from the north. This is coming from the city outbound to O'Hare. And you can see it's all backing up already here. And it's only 1:30, not even 1:30 in the afternoon. So anyway, while we're waiting on this other one, on this side, we're going down into downtown. We'll figure it out once we get there. bunch of cars. And I'm going to get in the next one here. There we go. It's a pretty bumpy ride. We stopped at Montrose here.
Irving Park is next. On the left at Irving Park.
See if I can hang on here, because I'm standing. It's pretty full there.
To electronic devices, so it's not to disturb
What's that? No, I'm just kind of getting an idea. I'm from out of town, taking the L train. I used to live in Chicago, but it's probably been 30 years since I took an L train. So I'm taking. Oh, really? Okay. That always helps. Yeah. Yeah, my memory is getting jogged. I used to go downtown all the time before.
40 to 45 minutes on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, to get to the Art Institute, I think the Brown line. Do I switch to the Brown line? Art Institute to get to Michigan? Yeah, I think it's the Brown line gets me to Michigan. Okay. Appreciate you.
This one has this right here has a blow up of the.
Yeah, I already checked that out.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. Which
Okay.
one.
What's your name, sir?
Robin.
Hey, Robin. I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah, nice to meet you. You might be in a movie. You never know. It could become a big full length big feature. You can go see yourself on the silver screen.
Okay.
I'm actually a musician from Texas now,
Oh, okay.
but I grew up in Chicago. I come here for work a lot.
Born and raised.
I perform at various little locations, small places. You know, hook up with some old friends.
Well, welcome back to Chicago.
Yeah, and you work with the big United company here, coming back home from work.
48 years on April.
48 years.
That was
United.
before when I started.
Well, I'm in Houston, so that's a hub too.
Yes,
It was a Continental hub, and now it's the United hub.
Yes.
So that's
My stop. So have a good one.
yeah. Have a good one, man. Take care. Thanks for the map.
Oh, you're welcome.
You got it. We'll see you next time. Actually, the last stop was Irving Park, where that gentleman got off from working with United. I forgot his name, but quickly, I'm just trying to focus on keeping this thing going. But anyway, that's the old Irving Park neighborhood, and that's near where Patty Max is at, and that Y, Irving Park Y, and, not far from Joe's. And we're at Addison stop, the Addison. Addison is where you can get off for if you want to go to Wrigley Field. Just take the Addison bus, another 5-10 minutes from the L, and you're in Wrigleyville. So this is kind of angling towards the loop. They call it the loop because all the L trains loop around it. And we're going to have to transfer to another line. We're on the blue line. We're in a brown line. Blue line used to be called the O'Hare line or whatever, and the brown line was Ravenswood. So, find a little spot here front in the car. These things are very, very shaky. So, there's seats down here. I might try to sit in there. Still got a ways to go. We're in a subway now. Some of the L trains go down into subway. We're cranking pretty good. It's cranking. And now we're in the subway area for Belmont. Now we're going to ride subway for a while. But I'm going to turn this thing off and... Okay, moving again here from Belmont. I'm right at the... this is kind of where... this is the lead car. Not the conductor, the driver. Nobody really drives these things, I don't think. But they got somebody here to do an emergency brake. Let me stabilize a little bit, sit down. continuing on, we're at the Damon stop here. And so we passed Logan Square, which is Kedzie, and Kimball, Kedzie area, and then California, Western, and now Damon. So we're kind of like winding our way east and south. So kind of the scenery as you're passing by. I can keep this straight. Once these buildings pass by, you can see in the distance the skyline will be popping up. You'll start to see downtown from an angle here. Kind of more to the right would be. Where we stop in here, we got another. Stops get more frequent as you approach downtown. I think we're going down into Subway again. We may be, yeah, that's what it's looking. So yeah, remember this line, it's got up and down, L and Subway. And it's Division, it's a Subway here. It's a basically Division, Milwaukee. This kind of runs along Milwaukee, this train. And kind of old Polish and Ukrainian area here. Ethnically. It's Hispanic, a lot of Hispanic in this area, Puerto Rican. Community is head west on Division. Whoever's driving this belongs to the Indy 500, I believe. That was pretty cranking there. Chicago Avenue, so Chicago runs east-west. I believe it's 800 north, if I'm not mistaken. And there we go, Chicago Avenue. So we're getting pretty close to downtown right now. I'm not sure if this is going to go above ground again or not. We'll see. But here's that. Cranking real good here. This is Grand Avenue. Grand Avenue runs into my old neighborhood, which is quite a bit north, but it angles from here. This used to be the corner. I think this is Grand and is it Ashland? Halstead? I can't remember. O'Sullivan's Public House. We used to play there back in the 80s. Back in the day. That's upstairs from here. It's not that. I don't think it's called that. It's still a bar. Okay, got off here at Clark and the Lake. That was our train. Brown line. Pink line, out of Pink line. Wow, I didn't even know what happened to this. Oh, yeah, we're going this way. Following these folks. But, yeah, it's so this way. I think all of them are going. Yeah. And you change over to another train somewhere down the line there. Anyway, it's going to be more of this for a little bit, I guess.
Now, I don't mean to bother you, but I'm in disgrace. There's danger of me losing all of my happiness. Before I love a girl who doesn't know I exist. And this secret is so beautiful.
Okay, this is where we go. We're going up these stairs here. Man, this is going to take us up to the main level, street level. still got this map here, so I'm not sure if this is going to help me much, but I guess once I get rolling here, let me see. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, another escalator from that level. So we're going to the elevated now. We went from the subway to street level, and I guess now we're going to an elevated. Brown line is elevated. Here we go. It's exciting, isn't it? Exciting. I don't know why my flash is on. I'd like to get rid of that. So, green line. Where's the brown line? Is this the brown? No, this might be both of them out here. Green, it's got green on it. There's brown. This way, I guess. No, that's... I'm stuck. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I'm going to have to ask people. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side. They have this stairway you go across to the other side. Their tracks are down there. And I was on the wrong side. I would have went back where I was... when we went back north. Well, yeah, brown line. It says here to Kimball. It says it's got the stairs to Kimball. Let's check it out. All right, just found out I got to take the pink line. I get to take the pink line for the first time in my life. And yeah, we'll see. Thank you. Pink line, pink line. Here we go.
This is Market Lake. Transfer to green, orange, brown, and blue line trains at Market Lake. This is a pink line train to 54th and Cermak. Station
Washington and Wabash. If I got out here, it would be a good way to Millennium Park, which is kind of a relatively new thing that they put up, like a band area, I guess, and like a theater kind of a thing. And but we're going to go to the next stop, and that's going to be. Adams, there you go. Adams and Wabash. That's what I'm going to do next.
On the right at Adams and Wabash.
Okay, we're off at this stop. That's a look down Adams. We're right above Wabash. We're on an elevated train above Wabash. Just kind of looking downtown over there. But I'm going to get down and check in as I start walking. I guess these turnstiles are out. Yeah, I think I can get, I get out this way. Go this way. Ooh, looking straight down. That is the Art Institute straight there. So this is the other side on Adams. The symphony's right in this area and all that. So we'll take a look at that. I'll get some video, all that stuff. Stopped here briefly, as you see here. This is hotel parking, public parking. This is also an entrance, I believe, for the docks. You go to the docks down there. Used to do a lot of gigs over at the Palmer House when I was with Ken Arlen. I was doing the sound engineering for Ken Arlen Orchestra. But remember this back door. But the Palmer House is actually, I believe, on Michigan Avenue, the main entrance. If you were a guest, but if you're a worker, you go into the back doors on the alleys. And Lewis University, National Lewis University, as we come closer here. It's can't see everything in probably a 2-3 hour that I'm going to spend down here, but let's see quite a bit, and you get a taste of what's going on in Grant Park's like the main park down in up along the lakefront, so beautiful stuff. But yeah, there was a big thing that they redid the lions here. The lions are kind of iconic here to the Art Institute. You can kind of see them on the ends here, kind of welcoming. But there's also to the left. There's a school. They have the Art Institute school, and would be to the north side of the museum area. This is, definitely one of the finest, if not the finest, art museum in the world. I wouldn't want to just go in there and spend an hour or something. I would want to go in and spend a few hours. That's what you want to do if you come here. Take a day and do that. Man, I don't remember this parkway kind of. Floral kind of thing going on here. Is that what you call it? Foliage. Coming down, we're looking south now down. This is Michigan Avenue. This is, if you go north, you hit that magnificent mile, what they call it, ritzy area that it is. But that's up where the water tower. The water tower is one of the only surviving buildings in that area from the Chicago fire. Anyway, there's a lion. Back up. One of them. And there's the other lion on the other side. Like I said, I'm not going to go in. But definitely, if you're in Chicago, the first thing you want to see if you're at all into culture is the Art Institute. So we're walking south down Michigan Avenue. And the symphony is right across the street from us. I'll take a quick. So that would be on the west side of the street here on Michigan Avenue. Hopefully this is all taken. We got a lot of old building. I'm not sure what year it is, but Chicago Symphony is one of the finest symphonies in the world. Oh, has been for a long time. So gardens are currently closed here, but I think there's some public gardens. This is right by the Art Institute. This area here is the main museum building. And that's like an annex. I'm not sure if that's part of the school. The school's on the other side, I know for sure. But this might be on a part of the school as well.
Ice cold water.
Oh, man, I got some water. Thank you. Thank you. I got it covered.
It's perfect out there today.
That's it, man. Yeah, beautiful day. Beautiful day for walking.
You can go in there, you know that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
They gonna eat lunch and everything in there.
All right, I'll just see what's up in there.
You can get out on the other end, too.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is... Yeah, like you said, nice place to eat lunch and stuff, and it's that's like I said, that's the museum building. I don't know what that statue is. What is that? It's kind of neat. Looks like it might need to be cleaned. I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, obviously these are fountains, but they're not happening this year, I guess. But keep going. keep moving on. Dr. John. This Dr. John, right? Dr. John. That's who played. The artist playing this, isn't it? In the right place, wrong time. Like that. I like that. That's one of my favorite songs. Of his. Yeah, he's an icon. I love Dr. John.
I love that speaking of JBL.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It just kicks in good.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little video for people back home here.
Oh, okay.
So, oh yeah, that's that JBL. Yeah, I've seen those. Oh yeah. Now we got the Fool song.
Yeah.
Confusion is making itself clear.
Oh yeah.
Where I go? Get on out of here. Cause I've been in the right place. But it must have been the wrong time. And I done said the right thing. But it must have been the wrong line.
You know that shit.
But it must have took the wrong turn.
Point. I like that
Took the right
point.
move. But I made it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I've been in the right
Anyway, well, my name's Mark.
I'm Charlie.
Charlie, nice to meet you, Charlie. This is Charlie. Charlie's selling water here on Michigan Avenue. Everybody come on by and check him out.
Come on down.
And he'll play a tune on his
Ice cold
JBL.
water.
Take care, man. We'll see you. So yeah, we're coming past the Art Institute. Will be a big field here, unless they build something on it. This is Jackson Street. We are actually south of Madison. No, wait. Let me think. Yeah, I think Jackson's south of Madison. So we're going to cross the street. Somebody's selling hot dogs over there. The Vienna dogs, man, they're all over the place here. Come get them. Actually, starting to walk east towards the lake, down Jackson. The lake's about another 2 blocks up here. It's all park from here on in. There's Lakeshore Drive. We're gonna see Lakeshore Drive, but there's park before it, park after it. So we're a couple blocks away. I believe this bridge takes us over tracks. There's trains that historically have run right up along the park here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but I think they're mainly the Metro trains. Those are the trains. Joe used to work for Metro, and he worked about 30, 40 years. You can catch the Metro trains here. Alright, had a bit of a snafu. My SD card ran out of memories. I couldn't take any more video, and I think I lost maybe 1 or 2 of the last one. I had talked to a guy selling water over on the side, just south of Michigan Avenue. I don't know if I'm going to get that one, but that was kind of a cool little encounter I had with him. He was playing Dr. John, and we were singing along and stuff. But I had to go back. I had to walk back. I already had walked in to Grant Park for a little bit, but I had to walk back to the CVS, pick up an SD card, and then the people back in pharmacy actually helped me get my phone open. They make things so mysterious nowadays. But anyway, I'm walking on the other side of Michigan Avenue. I'm walking up along, we're heading south down Michigan Avenue here. And we're going to be we should be heading towards Buckingham Fountain. I think that's on Jackson. So I'll be taking it as we go. Should have plenty on this SD card, 64 gig or whatever. What video eats it up, though. And I walked by a couple other things. There's all kinds of interesting buildings and things going on here in Michigan. This is just residences. Fancy people must live there. Got to be really fancy. 332 South Michigan. That's it. In this restaurant on the corner. Yeah, if you go down here, this is the Metro trains, Van Buren Street Station, it says. Yeah, these are Metros. These are the ones that go way out to the burbs. Hey, are you busking or what are you? I noticed that you had the mandolin. I'm a musician myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you been doing a lot of that in downtown?
Not downtown, no.
Okay. Where do you go normally?
Probably the
Kind of odd intersection here. They got flashing red, so I guess the lights ain't working here. It's got this 2-3 weird drive here. But we're going to head this way, I think. No, head this way because I think there might be some gardens here. Might want to take a picture of them. So we're basically heading towards Lake again, off of Michigan. Just crossed over Michigan. Back at it after that SD card thing. Hope I don't lose the old one. Got to put that in a safe place later. But actually, these are the trains still, so we have to go across the trains. I think we'll go this way. There we go. Okay, I don't know if we got the last few minutes. It's been hard to see what's in my video screen, even if there's a red area. So I think I might have missed that. So I was talking to the guys back there at the Wrangler Wild Fest. They were telling me that the Lollapalooza is not this weekend, but it's next weekend. They're doing the setups. So they're already setting shit up for next weekend. Not this weekend, not tomorrow. So I guess it's next Thursday, Friday, Saturday here. Lollapalooza, or Lollapalooski. We were thinking of doing Lollapalooski and get all our Polak friends together to play the jam. So off in the distance I see a field museum back there walking, but I'm probably not going to get that far today. I'm going to get on the other side of the fountain. I kind of traded with those folks and took a picture of their family, get them all in there. Anyway, so probably enough of the fountain here. Now that you guys got it what's going on. This is right by the fountain here. They're between the fountain and Lakeshore Drive. They're putting up a big tent here. Pretty significant structure here. Probably for the Lollapalooza deal. That's we're looking across into Lake Michigan, across Lakeshore Drive. I'm going to stay up on the steps here for a while. Just a couple of things out off in the distance you might see. Hopefully. That's the, I believe that's a aquarium there. There's the aquarium and the planetarium and the museum. Kind of almost like a pier area running out into the lake. This over here is Burnham Harbor, I believe. That's Burnham Harbor, I think. And way off in the distance, if you could see it, there's a, I don't know if I can even get it. I'm trying to. There's way off in the distance. That's Navy Pier. Not going to make it to Navy Pier today. But a lot of history there. So I'm going to actually start walking north of in Grant Park. This is actually a pretty good view of the skyline from the fountain. Coming through the fountain, South Loop area down south of Michigan. And we're going to be walking south of the fountain. Found some shade, actually at the restroom area. This is a funky old restroom. Chicago's everything's architecture, everything's interesting design. It was built more than 30 years ago. So, anyway, just stopped here and taking a little bit of a break. And I'm looking forward here. I think we're going to see some more garden areas here, a little more. But with all the construction now around, I don't know if they blocked it off or because they're showing that they can't. I'm wondering what's going on here. If I can get around it, how I can get in there. I'm going to find out from this guy what's going on. Yeah, get back into it. It looks like the setup for the festival is kind of screwing things up for us here. Everything's fenced off, and I don't know if I can get a look from the outside of it at least to come in. Well, I'm going to walk up alongside of this garden area. It's actually this is just a walkway, I think. I remember. They're coming through here, so I'm not even going to bother walking down that way, but I can see. I'll maybe get a... I can kind of see yeah, it's hard to tell from here. They're going to be setting up tables and all that along the line here. But it's a nice area. I'm going to walk around the outside of it so you can get south of it. Funky little fountain here going on. Everything's dry here, so yeah, it's struggling to keep the plants healthy. And a bunch of little areas like this with plants and that, various kinds. But yeah, with all this, the construction's kind of like in the middle of everything. Takes away from the ambiance. That's for sure. Well, I've been there, done that, actually. So we're seeing, maybe south of here, they're not going to be messing. We'll see. It looks like we're in the middle of another stage set up here. I think this is going to be all over this park. Some flight cases and some trusses. Yeah, I'm pretty much in backstage, actually. But they're going to be setting up all week here, I guess. And what is this softball things? Softball diamonds or something here. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of fields here normally. But this is what it looks like the week before Lollapalooza. If you're into that, this is what the setup looks like. The preset, whatever you want to call it. So, big building off in the distance is the Field Museum. That's another whole day trip almost if you want to do that. Or do the museum campus, and then if you head towards the lake from here, just to our left, there'll be the aquarium and the planetarium. So anyway, I'm going to head back towards Michigan Avenue. I think this is what Grant Park's looking like, for today at least. Enjoy. Belleville in Michigan. Belleville here. DePaul University coming up. Blackstone. Here on the corner. This is downtown DePaul University. Their main campus is on Fullerton and Lincoln in that area. But yeah, there's the theater. I think it's the auditorium. Is that the auditorium? I can't remember. I'm just so confused. So confused.
You might as well leave at 3:30.
And I got the Hilton to our left. I usually enter all these buildings from the docks when I used to work in downtown with bands and doing sound and that. So Merle Reskin, Chicago Playworks for families and young audiences. Goodman's Children's Theater. The Merle Reskin Theater. That's what they call that. The auditorium's by Roosevelt. That's right. The auditorium's by Roosevelt. Never been. I don't think I've been here. Can't recall. Actually, heading by the Merle Ruskin to Wabash. So Wabash is the first street west of Michigan Avenue. Runs parallel to Michigan Avenue. That's actually, the L was on
Turn
Wabash.
left onto South Wabash Avenue.
And it's taken me, I actually put it in the, make sure I had the right bearings to get the Buddy Guys Legends. So of course we're going to be there when it's closed, because that's the way I roll. We'll see the outside of it. Good thing they don't let me in. I don't need to drink a beer right now, that's for sure. So that's looking north on Wabash. You can see the L tracks, if you can see, for a little bit in the distance. That's where they turn over there. And I guess they turn and they'll run just behind where Buddy Guys is at over here. So you got to twist a little bit. I'm just trying to, they call this Honorary Buddy Guy Way, Wabash, South Wabash. I never knew that. And we'll see what the hours are there. I don't think I'll be. It is what, Thursday? I'm sure they're going to be open for happy hour or something. It's almost 4. Let's see what they got. But there you go. There's the sign.
Your destination is on the right.
Oh, you got it, man. Well, do you know what time they open over here? The Buddy Guys, yeah. The Legends.
I'm going to do a show.
You're going to do a show?
The boys on the platform.
Huh?
I got there several days just get tickets out. Sister said she's so mean.
Oh, wow. Some of these days, one of these days, man. One of these days, you're going to be a big hit.
I was with baby. Oh, yeah. Go get me.
What's your name, sir? Mark.
Your sister's got a
Nice to meet you. Good to meet you.
Mistaken identity. Oh, yeah. I could have easily given you an alibi.
This is like kind of the decor outside the studio, which is the first time for business alone here. It looks like a bar, and it's a bar. They got all this interesting decor. Decor, what do you call it? Facade. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Come in for a drink. Enter through the canopy at Belleville, which hasn't opened probably since, I'm guessing since COVID. And State Street, here we are. I'm in the South Loop though. We're 700 South. So we're going to walk up to, we'll still walk up to 00 Madison and State. I got the green light, so I'm going to take it across.
Go Bears, man. Go Bears, and you know it. I hope so.
Yeah, defense is going to kick ass this year. I know it. Across the street from the Harold Washington Library Center, they call it. Anyway, there's the... It's a big-ass library here in downtown. And we're about to turn north. Gonna go north. Oop, thank you. We're gonna go north. Here, actually, to this next corner, back to DePaul University. I know it's defunct. They used to have a thing called the Music Mart down there. So I'm going to check and see if there's anything down where it used to be and talk about it a little bit. There is I walked in actually to where it was at. There's a Barnes & Noble here. And that's a staircase to go downstairs here. So, yeah, Barnes & Noble. Music store. And this is where I think you went downstairs, so we're going to go down. See what's down there nowadays. They got stores still. They were all music stores. I think it was Lion and Healy. I don't know who was who, but we have various music. In the corner here, on that side, used to be a stage on this side. Yeah, their light lit it up a bit. Yeah, this used to be a stage area. I played here many, many times. It was an afternoon thing. I don't know if it was noon or 1 or I forgot what the time was. I would go all the way down there. I remember a friend of mine, sax player, used to play. He used to have be in one of the sax store or whatever it was down there. So they had all different kinds. We went all the way to here. There's restrooms. These are all different. Steinway, I think, had one. I don't know. Forgot who all had them. But they were mainly classical-based music stores, kind of a thing. It was down in this area. It's called was it called the Chicago Music Mart or the DePaul Music Mart? But we're basically in DePaul University, the basement of DePaul University in downtown. Not the main campus, the downtown campus. Downtown campus has the law school and music school. And like I said, what else? I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a bunch of other curriculum that's taught in this building. But anyway, just thought it was interesting. I haven't been down here for sure in 30 years. Mid-90s. That's when that happened, early mid-90s. I would take the L downtown with my guitar, and they'd have a PA here. We'd set it up. And so yeah, back out in the State Street. So it's basically the DePaul bookstore, the Barnes & Noble here, and they got a lot of interesting, the Blue Demons. Used to be big time basketball. They're still a good program, but used to be back in the day. Ray Meyer and Joey Meyer took over, and Ray made it to the Final Four. I remember back in the day. So. Never saw anybody wear a DePaul hat, though. I like that one. That one's kind of neat. Who's in the red? The Demons. But since they're the Blue Demons. So, yeah, it's kind of a little courtyard there. I used to hang out here, have lunch and all that when I was doing that thing. Downstairs from here. Across the street is University of Illinois Chicago. One of their campuses. The main campus is just outside of downtown to the west. But we used to call it Circle Campus. And Chicago Circle. So you went to Circle, but they didn't like that anyway. They said because University of Illinois, because it is part of the University of Illinois system. It's like UTEP, University of Texas at El Paso or something. But it'll be more of a This would be close. So this is downtown campus for the university. Stairwells down to the subway are kind of neat. And kind of behind them they'll have try to keep up some flowers. They don't look bad. Nice bed, flowers in between, so try to keep downtown nice. Sundays on State. Sundays. I guess special events going on. I don't know what the heck. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they got special sales or something. Oh, no flowers here. Shame on them. Still walking north on State Street. And this is Adams. So we got at least one more block, I think, before we hit Madison. We'll be at 00 on the grid. So here we go. Ooh, a big Starbucks. This is actually a doorway to the Palmer House. I'm just passing by it, so I'm looking to see what's going on in the lobbies. All these interesting heavy doors here, old doors. I think these would be. So I'm not sure what this is about. Oh, this probably takes me, if I kept going, it would take me to the main lobby. I'm not going to keep going. All right, this is State and Madison 00. Nothing too exciting here. We got a Zumiez, whatever the hell that is. We got a Walgreens, a body shop, and this is a good old. This facade is kind of interesting. I'm going to turn around. Corner here. So I'm guessing this is an old. Let me see if I'm. Yeah, there you go. Let's see a little better. Connected to here. Very much. This is a store. I don't know what it is. Macy's or something. I don't know. It's a regular, like a department store kind of thing. Maybe it'll say on the door here. Oh, it's a Target. Isn't that the logo for Target? That's wild. Pretty fancy Target. The fanciest Target in America is in Chicago at State and Madison. Target, as we call it. Newspapers stand. This is old school, huh? Not much left in there. A bunch of garbage crap in here. Look at this. But it's, yeah. Back in the day when Chicago had about 12 newspapers. Lots of different viewpoints and opinions. The day of free press in America. Back in the day. Here's the other side of it. We're using it as a Protect Chicago. Vaccination. Join the movement. Vaccination. Okay. Anyway, State Madison. North of Madison here, just cranking. Probably going to wind up taking this red line here that runs as a subway down here. That's where these are going, down to the red line. And we're going to go up to the Chicago Theater, and then that'll be probably the end of the downtown tour. The little time that I had and the little opportunity and availability to see things. So here we are. Coming up, I believe this would be Washington. No, Washington? Yeah, I believe. So you might remember in Forest Park, they keep the same names. So you'll have Washington, you'll have Jackson, and all the presidents kind of a thing. All of the first president. AMC Dine-In Theaters. Dine-In Theaters. Movie, that is a bar. Huh. Interesting. This is Marshall Field. This is kind of that clock is kind of an iconic bit here, the corner of Washington and State. There's a bike path. This is something kind of newer. Here, and then a CTA aisle. Here, one-way street on Washington. Headed towards, that's that Millennial Park and all that kind of stuff down there. There's a monstrosity that kind of goes along with that. Saw this down Randolph, just west of State. Not familiar with that. Niederlander Theater. So I guess they do musicals and things, stage performances. But we're going to come, I'm leaving it in this mode so we can see some of these signs at that level. We're coming to Chicago Theater here. This will be just north of Randolph. That's on State. But that's the Chicago Theater sign. Probably, I don't know if it is but one of the oldest theaters in town. I just remember coming down here, and they used to first run movies. It eventually became a movie theater back when I remember, but before that it was, they went back to actually having music performances and different shows there. So, but I noticed it's Chase. So Chase put the money up. Chase Bank, your money. Of course, it's closed, but this is what the lobby kind of looks like from the outside. And you're not seeing shit, I guess. This is just the front of the Chicago Theater. You could probably go online and find all the pictures of this theater that you want. So, anyway, moving on. There's the L crosses that we're at Lake Street. So the Lake Street L, which I don't know what color that is. But I think if we go down here, we could just or I'll probably just go up there and I could take it outbound. I think there's 3 different lines. That's down here in the loop, all the lines run together, so I might just take the L out of town here. So we're at State and Lake. There was actually a theater called State Lake Theater, and I think it was across the street here somewhere, but I don't know, went away. Yeah, I was interested. I saw it interesting. I'm talking to a gentleman. There's a company called the Chicago Loop Alliance, and he gave me a card for it. And what they do is they provide security, amenities, and and facilitate.
Keep it clean out
Yeah,
there.
keep clean. Keep make sure that the loop
a safe
looks
environment.
good too.
Yes, sir.
And is amenable to tourists and that for people. I'm actually from Chicago originally, but I'm touring through town. I'm from Houston now. I live in Houston,
okay,
Texas.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm doing that's a travel log I'm doing with my I got a 30-day trip that I'm going to different towns. I'm spending most of my time in Chicago though, because that's where I'm from.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Born and raised there myself.
Yeah. So I mean, it's great. I'm glad you guys are doing that. I was wondering. I see a lot of the flowers thing. That's you guys doing the flowers?
No, we're not doing the flowers.
That's something
we
else.
Do the upkeep though.
Upkeep of it. Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
I'm just wondering that because it looks great.
We do the litter bay.
I got you.
Yeah. Like,
Now the practical thing I was going to ask you, I was on the blue line. Is the blue line that way?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, because I noticed you're green, brown. I'm getting confused on. I used to back in the day used to be the Ravenswood, the Howard. You know what I mean?
I remember that.
Yeah. But now I'm looking for the O'Hare. Yeah.
The 94 South. Remember it used to be the Dan Ryan, 94 and Dan Ryan?
Yeah. For sure.
Uh-huh.
So the Dan Ryan goes to the O'Hare too, right? Was it O'Hare Dan? That's the blue line.
And the orange line goes to Midway.
Oh, okay. Orange line to Midway, yeah. I'm heading towards O'Hare. So I went the blue line. Okay, got it.
Yeah, get on the side and say O'Hare. They got one going to Forest Park.
Yeah.
You don't want to get on that. You want to get to one going to O'Hare.
Gotcha. Okay, well, hey, I appreciate the info.
Oh, no problem,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you,
sir.
We'll see you later.
Yeah, that's a pamphlet on the stuff that
I got it. Okay. Okay, word is I'm gonna walk right to the blue line. I don't want to have to transfer trains, so I'm up for walking another couple blocks. It's not too far to where the blue line is at. So we're from State, we're heading west now. Down Lake Street. There's Lake Street L, Jackson. So he gave me a little pamphlet of that Loop Alliance. Yeah, I saw the back of that guy's shirt. Ambassador, Loop Ambassador. I said, city's got people here that are walking around doing it, but yeah, some extra security and all that. That's a good thing. That's in lieu of having to have cops take their time and overkill for cops to do little jobs like moving people along and loitering and all that kind of shit, which happens in downtowns all over. But overall, downtown looks good. Said I haven't been here. When I come to town, I'm usually playing in the outskirts, and if we had a job downtown, I'd come there and play it. But there's not a whole lot of music work, at least my kind of stuff, down here. So this is Dearborn. Okay, found it here. At Lake and Clark. That's where I think this is the exchange, whatever. So I won't have to change. So blue line. All right, O'Hare to our right. Yeah, this is in the subway area here. It's quiet. It's like a library. And you need some guy busking playing some folk music over somewhere here. That'd be interesting. So yeah, lots of folks taking the L. Kind of tough to social distance in these kinds of situations here. So we're all in, huh? You got everybody in? There we go. I don't know if I can hold on to something. There we go. Okay, Jefferson Park Terminal. Had thinned out quite a bit from we were all packed in like sardines at the beginning there, but we're all kind of getting on the escalator to head up now and get to the car. Okay, getting back out to the terminal here for the buses, and gotta go across the street. There's always a couple bars across from the bus terminal. I'm not gonna hit those. That Weston's Coffee tap. Looks interesting. There's a bunch of birds that fearless, of course. Ah! From the Mob, which is the Moving On band. It's like acronym for that.
Well, you know.
Yeah, and you guys
They call it the outfit.
the outfit. Gotcha. No, are you guys from Chicago?
Yeah, born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised. This neighborhood, or where are you from?
Not too far. I'm
most
right
guys-
there by Wrigleyville.
Oh, you're near Wrigleyville. Is everybody here kind of from that area, general area, or is everybody from all over?
Imported from
Okay.
the south.
And what mainly genre do you play?
Whatever pays. No, Miami, Santana, R&B,
Okay.
top 40, top 50.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like I said, whatever.
Very nice. Very nice. That sounds like a good mix.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll probably stick around just a little bit. What time you start?
God willing, around 6 o'clock if
Okay.
weather holds out.
Gotcha. Looking okay. Looking okay so far. Okay, well, good luck. I'll take a little video of the band there for you. Okay. Well, it's good to be. I'm back in the vehicle. Anyway, good to be back in the vehicle. I'm turning the AC up a little bit. It's been hot today, but not drastically hot. So I did a lot of walking, and I got some sun. I got a farmer's tan, probably. So yeah, I'm back up in Jeff Park. Those guys, I don't know. I might stick around to check a little bit of them out. We'll see what happens. But I put some ice in the cooler earlier, so I should have a cold drink after that. Let's see what I got. Hopefully everything's good. So gonna grab something to eat and head down to Berwyn. Should be there by Berwyn. It's about 5:30 now. I want to get there by 7, so we'll see if I can stick around. These guys will start 6. We'll see. All right, I just he-manned myself out of that parking spot. I decided, I'm going to wait around. I do have to go if I'm going to stop and get something to eat before I hit Berwyn. It's a little cruise to get down there, so it's in south end of Berwyn. And it being a rush hour, I'm not sure what kind of traffic I'm going to get. So I'm just taking Higgins here, and there should be Central. So I'm just going to take Central down. So yeah, this is actually not too far from Portage Park. So Jefferson Park, the next park over, as we have mentioned. So yeah, it's Central. We take a left or go south down Central and see what I can find. Maybe stop at Central Gyros for a gyro. Gyros. Yeah, maybe. All right, cruising down Central, past Portage Park. So we're coming. Kind of a few crazy drivers here and there, but overall making some decent time. This guy's going to pass that guy. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of one lane. It used to be kind of 2 lanes here, but with all the bike paths and different things that happen and everything. So it's always been a squeeze here on Central. I got XRT playing in the background, WXRT. And if you're in Chicago, you want to look for that. It's 93.1 FM. Like I said, that's probably the the rock station or whatever. Some progressive rock, some classic rock, some alternative, and they mix it up pretty good. A lot of stuff you haven't heard. I don't know. Of course, stuff I don't listen to the radio much, so. But they'll introduce a lot of new artists that kind of been known for that now. And they used to have some local stuff. Since I'm not here regularly, I don't know what they're really doing as far as community activity is with the local scene. But you can probably look into that. But we just passed Addison and headed towards Belmont. Once I hit Belmont, that's where the central Gyros. I think that's how you properly pronounce it. I've always pronounced it that. When we first, when Central Gyros first opened, we thought it was Gyros because we never heard of that before. We were just like Polish, Italian people, and then all of a sudden this Greek restaurant opens up that we said, wow, let's check these things out. And we got hooked on gyros. And anyway, they got this. This looks like kind of a Mexican seafood place. Lots of those in Houston. It's kind of a thing. But Los Cabos. I'd say Los Cabos. Yeah. I'm still looking and seeing what's around. Here's the pierogi place. You can get like pierogi in bulk. But I haven't seen them open since I've been coming. Well, since the pandemic. So I don't know. They should be open this time. It's not even 6 o'clock. So maybe they're not. Maybe they're kind of folded up. Who knows? Yeah, we're crossing. This is a sports fitness place. It used to be open 24 hours.
Texas sound fired.
Oh, it's Austin, Texas.
One long set of rock and roll sounds really good, but 2 and 3 and 4 and, well, how about a whole evening of them? Can't beat that. Come back and Chase the Elephant. Couple surprises on XRT.
There's that restaurant that's open 24 hours.
Before it takes a toll on your home,
over there.
You need an expert you can count on.
Not going there. I'm going to go to Central. Central Drive's just past that. If you can see it on the left.
With unrivaled experience and the personalized service of a local family-owned business. That means for your basement water problems.
Not to the 24-hour drive, but right behind it. Yeah, lots of places. Get back to here, and you can see lots of places closed. This is closed. This is closed. That 24-hour restaurant, that's closed. So I don't know what's still open here, but yeah. This neighbor took a huge hit. And they got bowling. This is still a bowling alley, I think. This used to be Manor Bowler with Stratford down the block. And then Manor Bowl. So, I think I'm parked correctly here. Anyway, this is Central Gyros place across the street. I'm heading there. There's a nice-sized restaurant here that they got here. I remember they were first, I think, just open on that side. I just talked to the boss here, the boss in the kind of the aqua shirt. He'd been seating people, and he says they've been here 50 years. And I say, yeah, I know. I was here the first week you were open. We've heard about it, and we came over. It was, I don't know, man, how old I was. I was in high school. So, anyway. We're going to wait for his coming. I'm taking a little video from my travel log. You okay with that?
You want something to drink?
Oh, yeah. You could, yeah. As long as you're okay with walking through my video. And what's your name?
Pat.
Patricia,
yes.
Patricia. I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark.
I'm Mark. And I was just telling your is that boss, John? John's your boss. That I came here the first week you guys were open. So he told me 50 years.
From across the street.
I've
been here since the 80s.
There, oh yeah. So
yeah, I'm the antique of.
So yeah, I remember you. I mean, not, but I live out of town now.
Oh,
so when I come in town, I try to stop in once at least.
Where do you live?
I live in Houston, Texas.
My grandson is there.
Oh really?
Lake City.
Lake City, yeah.
He's visiting now.
Oh yeah, I get down in that area. I'm a musician. I tour. So this is about I'm doing music, restaurants, different things than on when I tour, wherever I go.
Too hot. We
What's
have
too hot? Well, it's like this all the time.
all the time.
And even worse, but no snow.
No snow.
You like the snow?
I like no.
No. See, that's why I moved. I think because no snow, and good music down there. So I have some good things. But anyway, well, it's good to meet you and get here and get a little bit of 50 years. He says 50 years. Did you do a party like a 50-year party?
Not yet. It's coming up.
It's coming up. Oh,
It's coming up.
yeah. If it's in November, I'll be back.
Okay.
So who knows? Maybe I'll make it for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but this is Central Gyros.
Central Gyros, yes.
Yeah, do you pronounce the G?
Yes,
Or not?
gyros like gyro.
Yeah.
Outside they
Gyros.
call it gyros.
Yeah.
No gyros.
No, when we first came in, we called them gyros because we didn't know.
Gyros.
We were
Like
Polish
gyro.
kids.
What gyro?
We were Polish kids didn't know. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway. There's some people that might not know what a gyros is, but anyway, the meat is beef and lamb. So I like the way they put it. A combination of beef and lamb finely seasoned and fired to succulent perfection. Sliced and served on pita bread with onions, tomatoes, and tzatziki sauce. So anyway, and they got the souvlaki sandwiches, and then they got the plates and combination plates. This is a pretty good. And then they got Greek specialties. They got various kinds. So yeah, whatever you want Greek, it's a really good Greek restaurant. So yeah, there's the logo. 50 years. Yeah, this is a small Greek salad. She asked me if I wanted anchovies. I said, yeah. So I normally don't take anchovies, but we're gonna splurge. And anyway, I'm eating that. I'm eating a big piece of bread or two. I'm splurging. You know, didn't eat all day. Just had one power bar earlier. Had a gyros coming soon. All right, here's the gyros sandwich. It's a perfect sandwich here. I told them to put the onions on the bottom. That's the way I kind of like it. It's the way I think they used to originally do it, and then she said, no, we put them on top. So, but anyway, they hold better in there on the bottom. So, a little culinary. Is that tomato alive? It's moving. Anyway, so that's what you got. Now I got the tzatziki sauce on the side. I try to put the sauce on the side and then dip it or dump it, however it works. I had that feast at Central Gyros and Gyros, and heading south on Central Avenue. I'm going to cut over here on Diversey and get over because we have to get to Berwyn, and I'll take. I'm probably going to take Oak Park or something like that. Central could get a little bit hairy as I keep going south on it. Yeah, so this is a block Parkside. Joe grew up. He lived about half of his young life down that street. They moved there after kind of growing up a little further south, down in Major, and which Major. And Mango, Menard. Yeah, so these are streets. If I headed south, I'd go back into my old neighborhood. We got a lot of sun here. We're heading into the west. So sundown's going to be coming. This used to be a Greek church to my left here. I'm not sure if it still is. It's at the corner of Mead and Diversey. No, it's... this neighborhood has turned pretty much Hispanic, Mexican mostly. And so that church is turned into a Christian, Spanish language Christian church. I guess that's a way to say it. As we're coming through this neighborhood. And still some pizza places here, and still mixed. But a lot of these places have turned into Spanish-speaking businesses. And we're coming up on the next light is Narragansett kind of approached it from the other direction the other day. But it used to be called the Brickyard. Because it used to be a brickyard. It used to be a where they'd make bricks or they'd refurbish. They'd take old bricks and salvage them and things like that. Used to be up in that area, in this whole area here. Brickyard Mall. It used to be an inside mall. Now they think they've abandoned that, and it's just kind of outside mall-y stuff here on the left. So continuing on to Bursey. Okay, turning down here onto Oak Park Avenue South. We're in Chicago. It's we're coming off to Fursey, which is 2800 North. Gotta go to 3200 South, basically, where the outer space is at. So this is mostly, the Oak Park Avenue is mostly residential, but it is a main drag. So it moves pretty good, so that's why I'm taking it. As long as people stay out of the road. There's some stop signs along the way and stuff like that, but it'll get through. Hopefully, we're about 15 minutes away. I won't be late. I think it starts at 7:30. Hopefully, it's not too big a list, so I won't miss. I'd like to play it. Sometimes I'm okay with just going to an open mic, hanging out, and checking things out. But, this is a place I'm trying to establish a little bit in a new area. And I want to get a show for Marlon and I somewhere along the line on that stage. Again, passing the Shriners Hospital here to our left, and Mars. Remember earlier in the trip, a few days ago, coming up Oak Park Avenue. And yeah, I guess it's still Mars. I don't know. Mars Wrigley. I remember saying that side, remember? So, yeah. I guess it's still a factory, or maybe it's just offices, but see, I think they make the candy bars there. I don't know. They used to, I knew for sure, because they take us on a tour and you can see how they were made and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a nice ride here down Oak Park. And we'll eventually be in Oak Park in a couple minutes here when we hit North Avenue. North Avenue will take us, North Avenue being an east-west street. Yeah, then that'll be 1600 North. And though addresses change in Oak Park, they're different, but they resume once you hit Berwyn. So we'll go through Oak Park, and then it goes into Berwyn, and the grid straightens out again, kind of. So Oak Park has its own way of doing things. They like to be their own entity. I think they once were one of those all-American cities, whatever that means. So yeah, this is North Avenue. Remember this Michael's place? That's been there a long time. It's a little beef house. Wasn't one of my favorite beef places, but they were still pretty good. Burgers, dogs, and that. I remember when I worked a job down North Avenue here for the News Journal World, which was a local newspaper. The News Journal World. I remember it. And I don't know if there were 3 separate papers or whatever, but we sold classified. I was like a classified. You'd take calls and then you'd have to go out and try to push, and I was terrible at it. I sucked at it. I did that for about 3-4 months, maybe 6 months. I don't know. I don't remember. It was actually right after I started playing in the band, and it was kind of supplemental, and it was like, I don't know if I want to do this, but anyway, that was a lunch place. It was that News Journal one was kind of right down the block to the west here, I believe. A couple blocks down. So it was a lunch joint. And, well, waiting for the light here. I'm going to continue on.
Saturdays on the road. Saturdays on the road.